This is the reason why I'm still single, isn't it? Hey guys, Ninja Bowler here, and it's been a pretty long time since I've done a collection video. So, let's do one again. Starting off, we have the biggest part of the collection, the N-Strike series blasters. So here we are, we have the Night Finder, which I have a pretty rare version of the Night Finder because it has the old Nerf logo. The Nanofire, yes, the Nanofire is N-Strike, not N-Strike Elite. The Deploy, the Vulcan, I have to get this one fixed because Alex decided to screw up this blaster. Whatever. The Maverick, Reflex, way too many Nerf Jolts because one Nerf Jolt isn't enough. Barrel Break, 2 switch shots, a launch shot, and a launch strike, Raider, Firefly, Scout, Recon, and Stampede. My favorite Nerf blaster out of all of these, I'm gonna have to go with the launch shot because of how iconic it is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the first ever Nerf blaster to take magazines. N-Strike Elite, Crossbolt, Rampage, the N-Strike Elite series version of the Night Finder. Yes, this is a pretty rare Nerf blaster too. I have 2 rare versions of the Night Finder. Stratobow, Triad, Surgefire, complete and utter garbage. Retaliator, Strong Arm, and Rough Cut. This is one that has a lot of good Nerf blasters. I like the Surgefire, Rough Cut, and Rampage a lot. But if you were to ask me, the Rampage is probably my favorite out of the Nerf N-Strike Elite blasters. It used to be the Surgefire, but now it's the Rampage. My opinions change a lot. Now it's time for the Mega Series. Centurion, Mastodon. Yes, I finally got the Mastodon. This thing is massive. The Roto Fury, Magnus, Big Shock, Tri-Break, Bulldog, and Talon. Just like the Elite blasters, there's a lot of good Nerf blasters in the Mega line. Mastodon, Roto Fury, and Magnus are 3 of my favorites. But if you ask me, I think the Roto Fury is the best. That's my favorite from the Mega line. Now it's the moment I've been waiting for a while. The Zombie Strike blasters, my favorite Nerf series. We have the Rev Reaper, the Axe Wrench, or Wrench Axe, whatever you want to call it. This is the only melee Nerf blaster no, not Nerf blaster. Only melee weapon I have. Flip Fury, the best Nerf blaster that has ever been made. The Double Strike, Quadrot, and Launch Shot. Yes, they've made a Zombie Strike version of the Launch Shot. Obviously, the Double Strike is my favorite Nerf blaster from this line, and it's also my favorite Nerf blaster of all time. But my second favorite Nerf blaster from this line, it's probably the Launch Shot. And now it's time for the Rival Series, what many people consider the best series of Nerf. The Knockout, Deadpool version of Kronos. Yes, I have seen all 3 Deadpool movies. Just so you know. Rival Apollo, Finisher, and Mirage. This one's a pretty tough one for favorites. And I feel like this is the toughest one yet. I'm gonna have to go with the Apollo, hot take. Hot take, I think the Kronos is kind of overrated. I don't know why, I just feel like it is overrated. The Finisher is a very good Nerf blaster, however it has plastic internals, so it is pretty hard to modify. The Mirage, it's relatively okay. It's not great, and I feel like it's kind of a downgrade from the Apollo. The Knockout, it's also a good Nerf blaster, but it takes a long time to fire. You see, what you have to do is that you have to take a rival round, open the breech, put in the rival round, close the breech, and then you pull the jolt hammer down, close it, and then you can fire. So that leaves the Apollo, and that's why it's my favorite. It's the first rival blaster, and it's also the best, in my opinion. Star Wars Nerf blasters. Mandalorian pistol, which absolutely sucks. Captain Cassian's blaster. First Order Stormtrooper. Death Trooper blaster, Kira, and Chewbacca Glow Strike shotgun. My favorite is pretty obvious. It's the Chewbacca Glow Strike Nerf blaster because of how fun it is. Sorry. There you go. The rest of the Nerf blasters, besides this one, are relatively okay, but they don't really have much storage. Dark Tech line. 2 Hyperfires, both red and yellow. I know they came in more colors such as green, but I just have those 2. Strike Fire. No, this is not called the Crossfire. It's called the Strike Fire. Sorry. And the Sharp Shot, which is unfortunately broken. My favorite, well, it's obvious. It's the Hyperfire. Modulus line. Modulus, yes, it's called the Modulus. Mediator with its barrel, and Trash Strike with all of its, extras. Attachments. My favorite, it's gotta be the Modulus. Now it's time for the N-Strike Elite 2.0 line, aka the most divisive line in the Nerf community. Sure, it got better as it progressed, but there's still a lot of worms in the can. That was a pretty terrible analogy. Here we go. Commander, Moto Blitz, Flip 16, Ace, Trio, Ranger, and Shockwave. Most of these blasters are relatively okay, well, except for the Shockwave, that's garbage. But there's only one Nerf blaster that's actually kind of good, and that's the Moto Blitz. Here are all of the Micro Shot Nerf blasters. Now, I am missing one Micro Shot Nerf blaster. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't fix the fact that they're all absolutely garbage. Here's all of the non-Nerf blasters that don't really fit in any category because, well, they're non-Nerf. Air Warrior Snipe, X-Shot Micro, also known as the most uncomfortable Nerf blaster known to mankind. I feel like it's overrated, and I think I should make a video on it. Belt Blaster, which unfortunately does not shoot. I need to get that fixed. Baron and Vampire Hunter, which, is trash. My favorite Nerf blaster from the non-Nerf category, it's the Air Warrior Snipe. And finally, the last Nerf blasters are Nerf blasters that don't really belong in any category, only have one Nerf blaster to their line, or only have 2 different Nerf blasters to their line. The modified Nerf blasters, which are the Super Dad Mod Edition, also known as the Modified Rhino Fire, Rapid Fire Extreme, also known as Modified Rapid Fire, even though we only just took out the shell of the Nerf blaster, but I don't care, we're gonna call it a mod. Stormlander from the Minecraft series, Corner Sight from the Rebel series, Fang QS4 and Boa from the Alpha Strike series. I have a Stinger, but I don't know where it is. Big Bad Bow, which we don't have the parts of the Nerf blaster, the other parts. We also don't have the arrows, but it also works with firing N-Strike Elite darts. The Atom Blaster, which we don't have any we don't have any foam balls for. I keep forgetting what this Nerf blaster is called. We don't have the darts for it. It takes those vintage Nerf Mega Darts. I think it's like the Tech Target Blaster. I think that's what it's called. Falcon Fire and Quadrant from the AccuStrike series. The Quadrant, also known as my brother's favorite Nerf blaster. And then there's the Ravager and the Voidcaster from the Alien Menace series. Which, if you don't know, the Ravager is absolutely garbage, and the Voidcaster is just okay, but it's also pretty uncomfortable. So there you have it. Every single Nerf blaster I have. Now, this isn't every single Nerf blaster I have. I have 2 different collections. The collection at my mother's house and the collection at my grandmother's house. This is my grandmother's house collection. And this is the collection I like to make videos on. Blue, what are you doing? So anyways, let me know what your favorite Nerf blaster is. And make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.